So we're gonna do, this is the shader board. This is how we color correct, how we make whoever's up on stage look great. If you come over here, each camera has its own section of buttons. You have it says cam power. This is how you turn the camera on. You just hold it and it will eventually come up. I usually hold it for about 5 seconds, let it up, and it takes a little bit. While that's turning on, you have, just like for directors, you have the preview in the program. You have the same thing here. This is going to show you what we have up on the program feed. This is what the shader can look at. This is typically how the shader will shade versus looking up. And you can change.
Power buttons over there, probably. Okay.
You have 2 power buttons, both are red. If you come over here, you have the different cameras that you can hit. So if I wanted to go to camera 1, if you look at the shade, it will take camera 1. If I wanted to do camera 4, it'll do camera 4, but that's not on. So now that the camera is up and running, this is how you power it on. You have really 3 knobs that you use for a Wednesday night on an equipped marriage. You have the iris, the master black, and the detail. What the iris does is it opens up the iris in the camera to allow more light to come in, or you can close it to completely take the light out. The master black will take the black, blow it up. That's master black all the way on versus all the way off. Usually this is just set in the middle and you use auto iris to correct it. The detail knob will make the camera blurry and crisp. And then you have this scene file that has 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's always set to 1. If it's ever on a different scene, it always needs to be set to 1. Because it is already white balanced and ready to go for the shader. That is the basics of white balancing and shading on the shader board.